Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Building and Chatting podcast. Today, we're talking about Cobra Kai Season 5, and we're going to go over all 10 episodes and discuss our favorite moments, everything from it. But today, I have my friend WM Productions, the co host of all the podcasts now, too. So, we're going to talk about Cobra Kai Season 5, and then after that, we got more. We'll just come up with other podcasts to do. Um, all right. So, do you want to do a recap, WM, of the past four seasons for anyone that hasn't seen this show, real quick? I think we could
Uh,
do that. I'll do
yeah.
it here. I'll do it really quickly. Season one, what was we meet Johnny Lawrence. He sets up Cobra Kai again because of Daniel Russo. It's always because of Daniel. And he gets Cobra Kai back up and running. And his first student is Miguel Diaz, which we know now becomes a major part of the show. And then he gets more characters like Hawk and other people to join him. And then at the end, the All Valley tournament happens. Uh, Johnny's son Robbie does not have a good relationship with him, so Daniel trains Robbie a little bit and then figures out that he's Johnny's son, blah blah blah. All that happens. And then at the end, Cobra Kai wins the All Valley and beats Robbie, and Daniel takes Robbie under his wing. Season 2, and also Kreese comes back at the end of season 1. Kreese comes back, and then season 2 is Johnny and Kreese working together at Cobra Kai. And yeah, and then there's just more to it than that, but honestly, it was mainly the Kreese and Johnny relationship in season 2 that was the biggest thing, with Daniel training his daughter Sam and Robbie together too, and Miguel and Sam. 3 was and at the end of season 2, Miguel gets his back broken by Robbie because of the school fight. So yes. Season 3 opens with, of course, Miguel in the hospital, Johnny just not knowing what to do. Robbie still hates him. So, so of course, that leads to some conflict. Daniel is still doing his thing with training. Yeah. And season 3 is kind of a bore, but Miguel learns to walk again because of Johnny. Carmen and Johnny, this is like one of the first times they start to get together. Like officially. Johnny beats up a crappy boyfriend of hers and asks her out on a date, blah blah blah. That was and so Miguel learns to walk again, and then at the end, Daniel and Johnny combine Cobra Kai and or not Cobra Kai, sorry. I forgot. um Wait, was that no, wait. What was the end of season 3 again?
uh, Johnny and
Oh,
Daniel team up.
yeah, Johnny and Daniel team up, but he what was that when Eagle no.
Eagle Fang.
Yeah, that was Eagle Fang, wasn't it?
Uh, Eagle Fang was like right before that.
That's what I'm saying. Like Johnny creates a new group because Kreese kicks him out of Cobra Kai, or he leaves, whatever. And then he creates Eagle Fang, and then after that, him and Johnny team up to fight Kreese. And then season 4 was when Kreese calls upon Terry Silver, which becomes a huge element in season 4 and 5.
But he goes by
Honestly,
Terrence now.
Terrence, yes, Terrence, at the beginning of season 4, but he, of course, he's not liking the rich life. He's not liking all that. Kreese gave him the motivation to come back to Cobra Kai and kick some butt. I don't. And so Terry comes back to Cobra Kai after what, like the second or third episode. Like he's back the Cobra Kai, and it's up to Johnny and Johnny, Daniel, and everyone else to. Oh wait, there's one more thing in season 3 we forgot to talk about. Daniel goes on a reflective journey in season 3. um, he goes to Okinawa because this is when he was losing his car dealership. Meets up with Chosen, Kamiko, and the other girl's name that he saved, I forgot. But she saves his dealership, so that's good. But Chosen teaches him more ways of Miyagi Do karate and teaches him
Yeah,
the numbing
Chosen's
technique.
good now.
Yes, Chosen is good now. But he teaches him the numbing technique, which Daniel uses at the end of season. Was it? Yeah, the end of season 3.
Against
What
Kreese.
against Kreese to save Johnny, and Robbie is still hating Johnny at this point. So it it never ends. But, but season 4, Terry Silver, he comes out to Cobra Kai with Kreese, and Daniel and Johnny train the kids, both Eagle Fang and Miyagi Do, to learn to work. They teach their styles together, basically. But it doesn't really. They still lose the tournament at the end of season 4, because of a cheat. Cheaters out here, guys. Terry Silver paid off the ref to help Cobra Kai win. It's always Terry, and and
And
then at
Tori
the
saw him do that.
Tori saw him do that, yes, because she became the champion, but she learns it was a cheat game anyway, so she felt bad. And at the end, this was the biggest thing about Cobra Kai season 4 that shocked me to my core. Terry Silver arrests John Kreese at the end of Cobra Kai season 4, and then in season 5 he takes over Cobra Kai, and it's Daniel, and then Daniel and Johnny. See, they kind of have had their what'd you say? They're not really working together at the beginning of season 5. They're kind of finding
Mm,
that journey again. That
yeah.
beca- Johnny
And
becomes a Lyft driver.
and
So
Chosen's now there with Daniel.
okay, but yeah, but we recapped all 4 seasons. This is season 5 we're talking about. If you now listen, those were short recaps, and some of it was not all there. So definitely watch this show because it's great. But we're talking about season 5 today, so let's get into it. Episode 1 was good. I liked it. It showed Terry Silver becoming the main man at Cobra Kai. What did you think about this episode, WM? We're going to go to you.
I liked it. I wanted a
What?
lot more
Yeah,
scenes of Miguel in Mexico, though.
the Miguel in Mexico was kind of a yeah, that was a little bit. But the thing with that I liked about that it showed that Johnny was Oh, by the way, Miguel, Johnny becomes Miguel's stepfather basically. And so yeah, that's good. And then Johnny takes Robbie to go find Miguel because he went off because he was out of his head. He wanted to find himself at the end of season 4. Miguel goes to Mexico to try and find his true father, but his father doesn't know him, and he doesn't really want to. Seems like, and Miguel just sees he's a terrible person. He just did not care about Carmen or her mom. Was Rosa, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
the grandma or something.
Yeah, the grandma of Miguel's grandma, and but Johnny and Robbie go there. Johnny tricks Robbie, but they have a good time. Johnny and Robbie, their relationship starts to form more and more throughout this season. They're doing better. Uh, but Miguel and Robbie, of course, still have some tension. Sam and the school fight, all that's still lingering in their heads. Everything with them, so they're just a little uneven right now. But yeah, but at the end, Johnny and Robbie find Miguel and take him home. which was a great moment. It was one of the best moments because it's like it truly showed that Johnny does care about them, about Miguel and everybody, and Robbie too. But mainly that was it. It was mainly Terry Silver setting that up, like setting Cobra Kai up again, and he's got a nice new Cobra Kai. He's got like smoothie bar and all that and stuff. It's like so. It's definitely a thing. Oh, and we also need to talk about one more thing I forgot about. Season 4, Kenny Payne, um, with Robbie. This is one of the things that made Robbie leave Cobra Kai at the end of season 4 because he did not like how Kenny was becoming, and he hated it. So he's just like, I'm out of Cobra Kai. I can't do this no more. So but Kenny and Robbie's storyline is important to this season as well. But mainly episode 1 was that Johnny and Robbie finding Miguel and Terry setting up Cobra Kai, the new Cobra Kai, and was Daniel doing anything this episode? Nothing much. No, I can't.
He closed down Miyagi-Do.
He closed down Miyagi-Do because they lost. Because that was the deal. If they lost, they had to close down their dojos in season 4. If they didn't win that tournament at the end of season 4, they had to close down the dojos, and that's why Johnny has his Lyft job too, his Uber job. In some in that, like I think episode 2 or 3. Okay, so episode 2. What what was episode 2? Wait.
Chosen is like a
That's
mole
right.
in Cobra Kai.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Danielson's chosen to be a mole in Cobra Kai, and well, and that didn't work out too well, did it? WM,
No.
because he said he was from it was the one with the K. I just can't remember. He said he was Sensei Joe from you know what I mean. It was that island for K. I just can't remember. But and then Terry Silver sees potential in this Sensei Joe or Chosen, and he invites him over for dinner. And but when they lift the glass of wine or no bourbon whiskey, Terry Silver says the thing what they raise, the word they use to toast and where he trained, but Chosen uses kari, which is the word from Okinawa, and Terry Silver figures that out. But then Terry Silver just plays along, and he he shows him his sword collection and all this stuff that he's bought. But Terry Silver is a menacing villain. He was great, but it was just a lot of good moments. But what happens next, WM? What happens because he got the toast strong?
So Terry Silver has like his other senseis try and beat him up for
Yes.
triple the money.
Yep. Because he's like, if any of you fools can beat this man, I'll triple the pay. And no one can beat Chosen. And he just tells Chosen to get the heck out of here. But Chosen leaves him with a very big kind of threat at the end. He says, if you cross my line or you go against the Merlussos, like, you're dead, basically. So, and then that's when Terry Silver figures out that Daniel was involved with this as well. Because, of course, Daniel has his traumatic experiences with Terry Silver, so from the older movies. And then Johnny was just doing the food app stuff this episode, right? I think was that.
Yes, I believe.
Yeah, it was either one. It was like the one of the first episodes. It wasn't the first, but yeah, that was mainly the most important stuff for two. Was that Terry
Oh
Silver?
wait,
Okay, go. If you remember something, go.
uh, wasn't this the episode where Johnny found out that Carmen was pregnant?
Yes, yes. It was. Wait. Yes.
Wait,
Wait.
that was episode 3, I think.
Three. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. It's kind of all blends together when it's one big chunk of thing. But yeah, two or three. But we're going to go on the three now because mainly that was episode two. Was Terry Silver figuring out that Chosen was the mole from of Daniel Russo's. I mean, so it was really. I really did like that episode though, and I like how Chosen is getting bigger and bigger, each season. He has more and more to
Yeah.
do. Chosen is really good in this, and it just really is a great show too. Three. This was the pregnant was Carmen announces the pregnancy.
Yes.
Yes. It so this was a definite shocker of a episode. Miguel makes breakfast, and
Yeah, and if the funny thing is, if you think about it, he like until like he finds out that she's pregnant, like until then he just thinks that he made really bad breakfast.
yeah, he thinks he just made a terrible breakfast. And Johnny says maybe we should do order in sometime. It's so, but but she tells Johnny after they eat or whatever that she feels like that she may be pregnant, and they might need to get a pregnancy test. And Johnny's like, to be honest, you still do that, right? I'm like, what? Like Johnny cracks me up in these. I mean, he's hilarious. He's one of the best characters. But they go and do that, and then Carmen, like Johnny's just freaking out, and it's making Carmen nervous. So she kind of just goes away for a minute at the store, or just just like calm down, Johnny. And three was also there was something else that happened in three. I'm just not thinking of.
uh,
Oh wait, it wasn't in episode one or two. Tori is the spy for Kreese and Cobra Kai.
oh
Two.
yes.
So that's a very big thing too. I think it was one or two that was revealed. But yeah, back to three. What else was in three? Because I know there was more in the pregnancy. I just can't remember. Was this the one where he also tried to get Robbie and Miguel to bond?
No,
Was
I don't think it was this one.
not that. Oh wait, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was like that was a little later, like maybe like six or something. But he's been trying to get like every episode he's trying to get Miguel and Robbie to bond in this season though. There's like scene of it happening. So there's one at Olive Garden. There's one just like different scenes.
Oh, and Johnny like baby proofs his house.
Baby proofs his house. That too. Yeah.
Oh, I know what it was. The other thing was like Sam goes to the spa thing with the other girls.
The spot, and yeah, she's has a terrifying nightmare where everyone's like blaming her for stuff like her thoughts, what she thinks people are, her fears. That was a little intense. Like, my God, that's like a torture chamber. Like everyone that you like is like talking down to you. It's like, geez, man. But yeah, Sam definitely has a moment of self discovery. She's had a lot of like PTSD, like panic attacks because of Tori. So, oh, and Cobra Kai. Wait, was it? Oh, wait, there's one more thing. Was it season four when Hawk joins, or was that this season? No, four. Hawk joins them, like at Miyagi Do and stuff too, because Cobra Kai has been terrorizing. everybody else, basically. This whole season. It's just all these seasons for sure. And but wait, there's another arc in this season too, isn't there? Oh wait, no, that was last season. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the what's the kid's name? That Russo arc. The kid Russo's Daniel's son's arc, but that was last season. But yes, the Kenny Payne has a rivalry with Daniel's son. But
Anthony.
yeah, in four, and it also comes up in this a little bit as well.
I just remembered something.
Go ahead, my man.
Mike
What
Barnes is in this episode.
Mike Barnes, that's correct. I knew I was forgetting something. Dude, Mike Barnes is awesome. And this is the point. He owns a furniture store and everything. And he's like, well, mate, but this was right because Johnny wanted to recruit some, or not Johnny. I'm sorry, Daniel wanted to recruit some former friends of Terry Silver to try and help him. And he looks for Mike Barnes, and he figures out he has a furniture store now, and that Mike is sorry for everything he did to Daniel in the past. And then there's a funny scene that happens here. They're talking, and then because Chosen thinks that Mike is trying to hurt Daniel because he's been in the furniture store too long, he he, he slams Mike into one of his tables.
And then he like buys one.
And then he buys a couch. He buys that soft blue couch, remember? Because he got tired of Daniel's one in the guest room. He couldn't sleep well. But it was Mike Barnes and the pregnancy stuff this episode, mainly, with Johnny, that was the big parts of it. And then Terry's just doing his Cobra Kai stuff, teaching his students to get ready for a big thing that he doesn't describe yet. that comes in at the end, which is this season was great. I love this season. It was perfect. I think it was a great one. But yeah, four definitely. I think we need to four. What which one is this? The one where four? Wait, I need to remember this one. What was this episode? I'm going to Netflix and reading the description because I can't remember Cobra Kai season 5. So for description, I can't remember this one very well. Oh, extreme. Wait, no, that's episode 5. Oh, I mean episode 4.
Downward Spiral.
Opens with a Top Gun inspired homage as Carmen dreams of the perfect life. In this fantasy, Johnny is a real. Oh yes, this episode. This episode. Wait, was this? Wait, Downward Spiral. Oh, this is the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of the right episode. This is the episode where Daniel loses his crap and is going crazy, and he goes to Stingray's house to try and learn more about Terry Silver because he got that he was a liar in the mail because of what he said about Kreese to get him in jail. And
This is
then
also like the water park episode.
all right, where Cobra Kai and me and Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang, they all fight at the water park and they all get kicked out at the end. Wait, give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. I had to. I
Yeah,
had
so the
to.
water park is like the second
Yeah.
time mainly we see Hawk and Kenny's rivalry start to form.
Wait. Oh no, not Hawk. Reluso's son and Kenny's rivalry.
Yeah,
Mainly
but
at
Kenny
this
also
point.
tries to fight Hawk.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And Hawk's just like, I can't deal with this stuff right now. And then Tori and Hawk have a water slide float race, a float race on the slides. Tori wins, but they all get kicked out anyway because they just keep fighting. So they kick everyone out of the park. And then also Daniel in this episode, he goes after Stingray. He's like, "You better tell me like all this information about Silver. I know that he's lying about something." And he destroys his PlayStation. he, des- he
The
destroys
PlayStation.
he destroys the PS4 and yeah, and Daniel just kind of loses it there at that point.
I'm surprised
And
Terry Silver didn't get him the PS5.
maybe at the time of filming it wasn't out yet. But and then what what was oh
Daniel
wait,
loses to Terry.
that's right. He goes back to he feel Chosen tells him like you need to calm down. You need to calm down, Daniel-san. And so he he goes and gets Stingray another PlayStation. And but when he gets to Stingray's apartment, which is being paid off by Terry, because Terry is paying all of Stingray's stuff as long as he doesn't give away uh that's because Terry beat Stingray up, but he said, "Say this was Kreese, and I'll get you back in Cobra Kai, and I'll pay for your apartment and stuff too." So yeah, so Daniel brings him a new PlayStation, but Terry's there and kicks Daniel's butt. So and then
Oh
Daniel's
wait,
just
I think that's I think that's episode 5
was it 5 or was it this episode? Because it was
because
either
it was
this
like
one.
right after his like wife left the house with the kids.
Oh, that's right. It was after his wife left. Because in Downward Spiral, after the thing with Stingray, there was that thing at that charity auction. And and then Daniel or Terry makes Daniel think that he was saying bad things about Amanda, his wife, but he actually said good things to that woman, and he made and it made Daniel look crazy. You know, so Amanda, that's when Amanda left at the end of this episode. You're right. Thank you. And then the fight with Terry at the end of that was episode 5, which we're getting into now. Episode 5, and also but Johnny or not Johnny, sorry, was also Daniel's trying to find his lawyer, Terry's lawyer, right? But
Yeah,
Terry said to stop it. Was that in one of those one we talked about?
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
like 3 or 4. It's early in the season for sure. I know it's not one of the later ones. It's like 1 through 5 out of one of those. But this episode, Terry. Well, honestly, oh wait, yeah, Terry's on the warpath, and he's training Tori to be the champion too. Here he wants Tori to be the champion. He keeps training her like that. She won, but he's going to make her better and stuff. But Tori doesn't want to be there. She's been working with Kreese, and he tells her to wait for the right opportunity and stuff. Also, there's been some Kreese stuff while he's in jail, but it's nothing too much. It's just like,
they
what do
stole
you
his
say?
Jello.
They stole his Jello. Yeah, yeah.
That's
And I
pretty
think
much the most of it.
Yeah, and then and then he what is it? This episode he beats him up in jail and says, "I want your Jello," or something like that.
I want your Jello.
Yeah, and all Jello belongs to me now. But the Jello comes back in a big way, everybody. So get ready for that. Um, but five, what was this episode? Like,
It's also the one where Robbie and Miguel fight.
is this the episode? Is this the one where they
I
were
believe
like?
so.
Give me 1 second. I can get the descriptions just to make sure we're thinking right. Uh, opens with an intense workout session from Tori. And Old Face returns to Cobra Kai in the form of Stingray. Okay, so he goes back to Cobra Kai. I, and I think he tells Terry stuff about what Daniel did, right? Yeah, he goes and tells Terry what Daniel did at his place. So that was this episode where at the end they have that fight. Okay. So playing okay, no. 5. Okay, what I some of these kind of just blend together at points. But mainly the big thing was the Daniel fight where he brought his PlayStation back at the end with Terry, where he bought him a new PlayStation and Terry beat him up at the end. That was the big thing at the. And
Yeah,
then
but
was
when
this the
Robbie
episode?
and Miguel fight, like it gets to be kind of friends.
And then this is when okay, if that's this episode, then they also figure out that Johnny and Carmen are having a baby because he lets it slip accidentally. He's like, just don't tell your mom. She wants it to be. She wants it to be a surprise. uh, but they're happy for Johnny, and everyone's good. Miguel and Robbie are good. Everything's going good now. Everybody's friends. Robbie comes over for dinner. So
They
yeah, that
have
was
leftover Olive Garden.
yes, that was all the Olive Garden. And
And
they, as
Mi-
they said, breadsticks make it better.
Miguel
um,
showed mercy twice.
he did, and the second time it ended well. Um, with this, it ended well the second time with the same person. So, but kicked him. No, but and then mainly the other thing was that uh Terry beats Daniel up at the end and demoralizes him. Dude, like Daniel just became like he had all this passion and vigor to take down Terry, and then once he gets beat, he's just like that was like my goodness, man. Like, but yeah, there was a lot going on this episode. There was a lot of good moments. I definitely say that episode 5 was a pretty good episode. I'd say pretty good episode. And also, Johnny tries also in that same episode. He tried to do the escape room with them
Oh
too,
yeah.
but it didn't work out. So they had to do. He woke him up with an air horn and told him to fight, beat the anger out of them, out of each other. So they just did that. It was funny. Um, uh, but yeah, that was mainly it. This okay. This is 6 now. Was this the episode? This is where Chosen and Johnny try to go after Terry at the
Yeah.
beginning
And it's
because they
where Terry brings in like the one daughter of his old sensei.
yes he Miss Kim, right? Miss
Yeah.
Kim, yeah, she comes in and starts training Cobra Kai's with Terry Silver, and honestly I didn't know who was more intimidating at points. It's just like they were both just pure evil all the time at this point. They just were like crazy. But yeah, they're putting the Cobra Kai's through a lot of rough shape here. WM. So this was a lot of, and also Devin Lee comes back from season 4 because
Yeah,
Terry buys her dojo
yeah,
and gets all the students from that dojo and then fires the old sensei they had. So well, and now Cobra Kai's got more students, but his big plan is to take Cobra Kai all over the world, which we know is not a good thing. And so, but they have, yeah, but they have some of the, but, and then they also bring her senseis as well, Kim Sensei, some of her best senseis too, in this episode. This episode was just a lot of about Cobra Kai trying to gain more strength and power over everyone else.
yeah.
And it was a definite good episode for sure. I would like all the episodes in this were good, but we're getting to probably some of my favorite here in the next batch. These were some of the best episodes of this season. I think coming up, the final 4 episodes were really good.
Oh yeah, in
But
this episode, uh, Daniel's wearing like the shades from the first Karate Kid to hide his like eye.
oh, that yes, he is. Yeah, yeah, and but it's just so like it's so sad seeing Daniel so demoralized. But at the end, Eagle Fang, Chosen, uh, Miyagi Do, like all of them come together and help him at the end to rebuild and start over so they can defeat Terry and them, which was really awesome. That was a good thing at the ending. Like, and also Amanda showed him the Miyagi room,
The
the
Miyagi room.
the time keep room. Like it was like all his old stuff, and she told a story about how on their wedding night, Mr. Miyagi told him that Daniel was a good person and that this will work out, you know, and everything. It was a really good episode for Daniel because I've never seen like Daniel and Sam have been tortured like this entire season. They've just been dealing with stuff so much this season. It's just like it's crazy. But the stuff of Tori and Sam, there's still some conflict there, of course, but I'd say it's not as bad as before, for sure. Some things, there's just some heckling and some just stupid stuff, you know. It's mainly come down to Miguel and Robbie to stop people fighting a lot of the time at this point because there's just a lot of that. But yeah, 6 was great. I'm glad Daniel got his mojo back. In fact, it was sad seeing Daniel mope like that. When he's so full of confidence, man, he's just like that in this episode. It was kind of depressing, but he got back to the power with the power of friendship and family. Friendship is magic. There we go. Okay, so 7
It's more of like a
was
training episode. 7 is.
yeah, but this was the eggs, correct? This was
Yeah,
the
and like the Cobra Kai one where they had to like score on the better opponent.
yeah. So the beginning of episode 7 was chosen training Miyagi Do and Eagle Fang how to stop all their like he was like you have to be protector of the egg and serpent will strike you one by one, but you will figure out a way to keep it safe. And then the one that figures it out, like they all go off one by one, and of course the serpent, or what he's using as the example, himself, he takes down all of them one by one. He destroys their eggs because this is a training exercise. So Russo's son, I just can't. Is it like Alexander? It's something like that. I can't remember.
Anthony.
Anthony, thank you. He um he comes up with the idea to huddle together, like stay together, and like one person defend all the eggs, and give and everyone else create like a circle, like a defending thing. And Chosen was like, "Yes, you figured out. You've completed the lesson. If you work together, you can defeat any enemy that comes your way." So and honestly, that comes back. The thing I love about this show, it's a thing I love like other shows like Better Call Saul too, like before it ended and stuff. It calls back to things, and it makes them come back in a great way. And that this comes back, and a lot of other stuff comes back from this season to the end of it, which is really good. Um, but and then Kim and Terry are just training the Cobra Kai's more and more. Wait, was this the one too where Robbie came in to Cobra Kai and told them that you need to leave here because he
I
says I think it is because I think after that training montage, Robbie goes over there and tells them to quit, and Tori's the only one that's like looking at him and kind of working with it, but everyone else doesn't, and Kim catches that. So
and this episode's the one where uh, Johnny and Daniel go to like Crease in jail.
that that's right, to get information about what Terry's going to do, and that's when Kreese tells Dim that Terry wants Cobra Kai's all over the world, and to enter into a tournament called the what was it, like the Suki International like tournament? It was something like that. It was like an S name.
Yeah.
I just can't remember. It was a kind of a weird name, but I just couldn't remember. But it was like an international karate tournament where it would be all over TV, and if they won, Cobra Kai would be all over the world. All like
Uh,
so.
can I get? Yeah, I am in it.
Hmm. Oh, okay, that's fine, man. So yeah, that happens, and well, Daniel and Johnny Lawrence. Daniel comes up with this scheme. He's like, "You give us that information, and we'll get you a lawyer." I'll help you get a lawyer so you can get out of here. And 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 then he writes down his lawyer's number, or goes to write down his lawyer's number and says, "Okay, you tell us this. We got a deal." He's like, and Chris says, "Yes." So Daniel goes to write down his lawyer's number, and Chris keeps going on the same BS about how he wanted to help Johnny all along. It's all he wanted to do is help Johnny. But we know that's not true. He kind of just tortured Johnny. But Daniel comes back with his lawyer's number and he's like, "Tell us the information, and we'll get this on the way." So, so Chris tells him that Silver wants to go all over the world after winning that tournament, like the TV tournament, whatever. And they're like, "Thanks. Here's the number." And on the card that it says, "Nope, no mercy," or it's like no mercy, and it's just they just leave him there. Still, they didn't help him, and it was perfect. I love that. I honestly, I found that scene hilarious because it was just like you finally got what you deserved. Like he deserved it. He put both of them through so much stress and torture. I will say that through this series, Silver's doing the same thing too. Honestly, Silver is worse than uh Kreese in a way, in my opinion.
I think he's more fun to watch though.
Silver's more fun to watch, but he's a more intimidating villain too. He is so manipulative and can control situations to his liking. It's so like insane how talented that man, like the actor that plays him is amazing. It did a and it's like these, of course, it's perfect. But episode 7 too. Oh, do you remember this? They wanted Tori to let go of her fear or what she had inside of her. Do you remember this? At the end, the, they made her uh punch the stone, and
Oh yeah.
or was that? Oh, that yeah. And then was it that Johnny and Johnny and Carmen were going out that night, and what and Miguel and them were doing something, right? What did I forgot what they did? They did, but Johnny told them they could party there, right? Have some fun, and so that's when Tori comes over, and and Sam, and also Sam sees Miguel kissing someone else, even though she told him, "Let's just be friends." Like, gets mad. Just it's like because and she finds the bracelet that
The
that
bracelet.
or not bracelet, the necklace that he wanted to give her, but then she's like, "I need a break.
I need a break.
I need a break. I'm having panic attacks about Tori, and I can't be with you right now. I need to find myself like you found yourself, Miguel." And then he gets sad, and well, he drops that octopus necklace outside. And in this episode, Sam finds it. But at the end of the episode, Miguel's kissing on someone else because, well, let's just say they ain't dating no more for the time being. and and it's just like, yeah. And but Tori comes at the end and tells them, "Hey, you won the tournament, Sam, at the apartment." She's like, "You won because Silver paid uh the ref off." And I've been working with Kreese to try and get him out of Cobra Kai. And she tells Sam this at the end, and Sam's just like, oh, my good, what? She kind of just doesn't care, She's just done with this stuff.
She's done.
So yeah. So and then that's how episode 8 ends. Like Tori's like, I knew I couldn't come to you. I know this wouldn't have worked. And so she just leaves. In episode 8, what was this episode now? I can't remember.
I thought we just said episode 8.
I thought that was 7. Maybe we did like 7 and 8 together. I mean, if we did, that's good enough. It's good. So I want to do these together because these episodes work very well together. I think we need to do 9 and 10 together.
Yes.
Because 9 and 10 together. This is good. So 9, or maybe we did 9. I don't know. There's been so much we've been talking about, but 9 was the penultimate episode before the finale. What this is when? Oh wait, I remember this one. This is when they were going to enter themselves into the tournament, right? To try and win. Do you remember remember the international people came down?
I think that was also
for the
8.
for the. Is that 8 as well?
It might be.
I swear, man.
Episode
I'm just
nines are like when they go like partying or something like that.
okay. What's 9? I need to make sure I got this right. There's so much that happened in this season. Recap survivors. Okay, I'm looking at this right now. Just um, with one the anti Terry Silver resistance is now mainly broken into two factions: the adults and the kids. And while the adults are still fighting for control, literally in the case of the Free Sensei, who are locked in a limo with a rogue driver, the kids have something approximating a plan. Oh, Tori's mission was 8. So yeah, we talked about 7 and 8 altogether. All right. Well, Survivors begins with the two locked in another fight with Sam angrier than ever. She calls Tori a coward for not telling her sooner. Yeah, this is how 8 ended and how 9 began. Uh, oh, that's right. Sam and Tori get into that kind of fight, and then Miguel and Robbie run out the building. And for 8, that's right, at the party.
Yeah.
So much pain could have been avoided. Maybe Sam would never had to leave karate or break up with Miguel in the first place if Tori had told the truth. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of true.
Yeah.
Um. Mhm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember this episode now. The kids go to Stingray's house to try and learn what happened with Terry Silver, because that's where they figure out that Terry might not be telling the truth fully. And they go to Stingray's because when Bert knew him well, the kid with the glasses, knew him
Bert.
well. Bert. And basically to make it like a Stingray calls it like a gang attack. They all could just come in his house while he's playing D&D, and they tell
And
and they
at the beginning,
yeah,
like Johnny and Carmen run into Terry Silver at the hospital.
that's right. They
I've
do
seen
run
some
into
people
Terry.
like having theories that like because of that Terry Silver is like terminally ill.
It was weird to me. Like, did he follow them, or was he in the hospital for something, or like in the doctor hospital for something else? Like maybe his doctor was there or something. Like some points you just because I've had that happen with me too. I've been to a hospital and just my doctor's in there. It doesn't mean like we have a illness or something, you know. So
Yeah.
it could just be that. But this was a very good episode, and it leads into 10 very well. um, was now no, that was the finale. Yeah. So this is when the adults are out. That's right. Yeah, the adults go out for the night to celebrate Johnny. Remember?
Yeah.
And the kids are gone doing their stingray things and stuff, figuring all this stuff out. But then a man, who was it that told? Like who? What was it that made Tori go see, or not Sam go see Tori? Was it Amanda, Daniel's wife, like make up with her somehow, or was it
I think it was
just
Miguel.
Miguel? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was one of them. Oh wait, it was Miguel because you said that that it was that you don't need to like. It was someone that told her you don't need to carry that hate. You just need to try or something. I think it was Miguel or someone, but she goes over and sees Tori. because oh, she went to see her because of what she knew about Silver and to see if she could help her. And that was the end of episode 9, going into 10. To
Yeah.
like mainly this episode, if you want the really brass tacks of the situation, Sam needs Tori's help to take down Silver because she thinks she might know something, and then Johnny, Daniel, Chosen, Louie, Daniel's cousin, or was it Amanda's? One of the two. But they both, they all go to a bar to celebrate Johnny and Carmen's pregnancy. They go out and have a dance and stuff. And they have the limo, like the weird party limo by Louis' friend.
Yeah.
And then they got Chosen on the dance floor and talking about
He,
how he loves Kamiko.
he gets like wild after he has a couple like
he,
Dr.
he,
Peppers
get,
or something like that.
he gets his iced tea and goes nuts.
Oh yeah.
But he admits he loves Kamiko, and he calls her before they go back into the limo. Uh, uh, to tell her that he wished that he didn't leave her there, that she could have come with him. Like basically in a mission of like he likes her and stuff and hopes to see her when he gets back. And then at the end, we got the Eye of the Tiger montage with Daniel, Chosen, and Johnny in the back of the limo
Yeah.
singing Eye of the Tiger, and then the limo driver just goes crazy all of a sudden. And I'm gonna let you take the ending for episode 9. What happens? Who's driving this? Why is the limo going crazy?
Mike Barnes.
Mike FM Barnes. It's just like crazy. And then that leads right into episode 10. Like that's how it ends with Mike pulling them out, right? And
Yeah.
and then episode 10 is when they have that thing where like Mike's blaming Daniel for burning down the furniture store. But then Daniel tells Mike uh that hey, it was Terry Silver that took down your store, not us, not me, not Chosen. It was Terry Silver. And then Mike's like he needs to pay. It, um, I'm so
He needs to
sorry. Give me.
pay.
I got the Discord call coming in. It's okay. Um, but um, but he they but sorry. Mike Barnes is like, Terry needs to pay, and then Johnny and Chosen go with him in the limo and leave Daniel there because he doesn't want to fight them when they're drunk and stuff. So they just leave Daniel, and they go to Terry Silver's house to go and to go and take him down. But they're met by like extra security and the ninja, like the different senseis and stuff there, and Kim and Terry. And well, do you want to go over the things that happen here, W man? Because I think there's a lot that happens here, and if there's anything that you forget, I can come into. But what do you remember about this fight? This was epic, though.
Which fight?
This was the one where they're at Terry Silver's compound at his house, and they're I'll take this one. This was the one where Mike Barnes gets knocked out with the vase, and or the thing, and then Johnny and Chosen are fighting the senseis off together.
Yes. That
And
one.
then, do you want to talk about the Chosen fight? Because this I thought Chosen was like a goner, but do you want to talk about this fight?
He like fights Terry Silver with like
His
nunchuck spear things and a sword.
yeah, his kunai, his like his size there, and Terry Silver's got a sword, And Terry Silver's just slicing and dicing on Chosen, man. He gives no mercy. And I
No.
thought Chosen was dead here, man. I honestly thought like Terry Silver had killed him. But that's basically the spoiler. He doesn't die, thank goodness. That would have been, I think that would have been too bad.
Yeah, I do not want Chosen to die.
Yeah, but then the other arc of this episode besides that is Daniel and Daniel tries to get some people to take him what was it, either Terry or back to his house or his kids. But then but then these people don't want to help him, and they just get out. Like he's about to fight him, and then Stingray comes with the Cobra Kai car in
Yes.
with Amanda and Carmen, and they go to Cobra Kai because the kids have a plan. Tori and Sam have called all the kids together of Miyagi Do and Eagle Fang. They call them all together to take down Terry Silver. And the way they do that is by posting the incriminating footage of well, at first they thought it was going to be the Stingray one where he was punching him, but as they get in there, they notice it has been deleted. And do you remember what video they replaced this with?
Uh, like the one with him talking to Tori about cheating.
That cheating, yeah, and then they upload it. But while they're uploading it, Cobra Kai comes in and starts going ham, and and it becomes an all-white brawl between all the dojos members and stuff. It's crazy. And then uh Hawk and Dimitri are defending the computer,
Yeah.
and this is when this is when Dimitri beats Kyler. He got his shot on Kyler because Hawk said everyone beat him. So that was funny. Um, but the video gets uploaded, but they have to like save the laptop or yeah, the laptop or the device, the USB, whatever it's, helping it being downloaded that they're doing to the Cobra Kai channel. And they have to
Yeah.
play defend the egg while Anthony's over there watching it upload. And then so it's defend the computer, but whatever. They do the circle formation and defend Anthony while it's uploading, and he puts the video on the screen once it's done uploading of what Terry did with Tori, that he cheated with Cobra Kai.
The
He
thing
he,
is,
he
I'm pretty
cheated
sure
the
if they
tournament.
uh would have just like broken the device, I'm pretty sure it still would have kept like uploading to YouTube
Yeah,
through like
yeah,
the
that
internet.
was a more of a like a plot element, but
Yeah.
that but it's like you're right. It would have still uploaded somehow. If it's already there, it's going to upload. But I understand they wanted to have it have some stakes. But when that happens, and they have the video and everyone's disillusioned, the Cobra Kai members are. That's when Terry comes in and it's like, well, you think that what did he say? He was like, well, I only did this to help us win. You have to do everything it takes. Remember, no mercy. And everyone, and then Daniel goes ham on Terry Silver, and he uses and he
He uses the
what does he
Quicksilver.
no what does he do exactly? Do you remember? He uses the attacks Terry taught him against him. He's like, what was it? One, like if they can't see, if they're knocked off their feet, they can't fight. And what was the other one? There was
Sight.
It was if they can't see, knocked them off their feet. One was knocked them off their feet. Two was the one I'm not thinking of, and three
They
was
can't
the
breathe.
wait, what? Sorry.
They can't breathe was the second one.
Oh, that's yeah, the gut punch, the rib punch that he taught Kenny, and because Robbie's been trying to tell Kenny this whole time, stop Cobra Kai. These people cheat, they lie, they to, Sensei Silver is going to do everything he can to hurt you. And Kenny doesn't believe him. But once he sees this video, he sees that Robbie and all the other ones were telling the truth, and that Cobra Kai is really bad for the world and bad for them because it turns people into jerks. And they beat, but Daniel beats Terry with his own moves, which is great. And and all the Cobra Kai members leave. It's the end of Cobra Kai, and Daniel, Johnny, Chosen, all of them get what they wanted. Cobra Kai shut down. They can cause no more damage. Terry's arrested, and there's some other stuff at the end too. There's some other things we can talk about those. Do you remember any of them? With
Crease.
at the end here, Miguel and Sam got back together because at the end. Then Tori and
Crease.
Robbie did. And then my boy Johnny, he got his butt beat a little bit by those people, the senseis, but he saw the picture of his, the ultrasound of his baby, and he's like, I'm not losing to you. I'm not losing my family. And he beats them all and goes to try and save everyone else there too. And then this was funny too. Mike Barnes shows up with Chosen in the limo, and they get him an ambulance and stuff. So it was a that oh here's the last big thing. At the beginning, we forgot to mention this. At the beginning of this episode, Kreese at the at the lunch line gets stabbed. He's like, I'm not taking your orders anymore by one of the prisoners, Sensei. You're done, Sensei, because he threatened them and they all call him Sensei in the prison. But he gets stabbed at the beginning, and this was a very shocking moment. I did not expect it. And then the text, and then Daniel and Johnny are talking at the end. They're like, "I'm glad Kreese is finally done for good." And or maybe he'll no, sorry, maybe he'll have a cell. Terry will have a cell next to Kreese. And then the detective's like, "You heard what happened, right? You haven't heard what happened." And then they basically tell them Kreese is dead. But I think to wrap this up, I think you need to tell everyone what happened at the end and what is coming for season 6 of Cobra Kai.
So
What happened?
basically, Crease takes all like the jellos that the guys were giving him, and he like
Yep.
melts it. And then when he gets stabbed, it looks like blood on his shirt. So he has to be like rushed to the hospital. And then like there, he like they realize that he's not actually dying, and he beats them up, and then uses a key card from his like therapist lady and
Yeah,
escapes.
he takes the doctor's clothes and the therapist's key card. He was gaining sympathy with her, the therapist of his, to get closer to her so he could take her card. That was all revealed at the end of the episode. It was crazy. And then he goes out to my way. He did it all his way. And then that is the end of Cobra Kai season 5. Kreese is back. You can never kill Kreese. They all say he's been dead like 3 times now, and he's never dead. He's got some immortality or something.
He's like
But
Loki.
yeah, he never dies. He's like William Afton from Five Nights at Freddy's. He just never dies. I swear. I always come back. I always. This is like ridiculous, but he. This is what season 6 is looking up to be. It's gonna be huge and everything. And honestly, if the Kreese thing didn't happen, and he just stayed in prison somehow, I would honestly say this: if the Kreese thing didn't happen, this seemed like a perfect finale where you could have ended it. Everyone was working together, everyone was friendly, everyone they beat Cobra Kai, Silver's gone, Kreese would still be in prison. This kind of felt like a good. It's either it's, but now I know it's one of those endings where we're getting closer to the end. Like this
Yeah.
feels like an ending moment here. And I think that season 6 might be the end. I think you might get that final season and that's it. But I think I give me 1 second. I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a family thing again. Family call. But what I was saying is, I guess my final thoughts for this season was, I think this season was a 10 out of 10. I really think this was a great season. My favorite character, my favorite hero, or I guess favorite protagonist, Johnny. Johnny, Miguel, and Robbie were very good this season. I give like those my top 3 characters that really I did like. Villains though, I mean, I have to say one thing. You got to go with Terry Silver. He was perfect. Terry Silver was a perfect villain for this show.
My
And
favorite characters are usually Johnny and Miguel, but this season,
yeah,
like it was Miguel and Chosen.
chosen to yes, like and Daniel, like Daniel became a lot better, and I'm glad that him and Johnny are like now basically friends in a way. Like they've become a lot better. So like everyone's working together, everyone's enjoying it, and then Big Bad Crease is coming to ruin it all. It's like my goodness. But also of course, Cobra Kai doesn't get in the tournament because Terry's arrested, unless Kim runs Cobra Kai now. But I don't know how that would work. Um, but what were your final? What's your final thoughts on this season, WM? What do you give this season, rating wise? 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Like, or
8 out of
what?
10.
10 out of 10. Yeah,
No,
it
8 out
was
of 10.
great. Oh, 8 out of 10. What was the things that make it an 8?
We need more Mike Barnes.
We do need some more Mike Barnes, please. I honestly, every scene that Mike Barnes was in, he was entertaining. And Mike Barnes definitely does need to come back.
He looks
I
like
hope
he's
he does.
in his like 30s, but he's like 60.
Yeah, he looks so young.
Everyone's saying that like, Ralph Macchio aged well, but like that guy aged a lot better.
Yeah, like all of them were pretty decently, like for their age, they're not that bad. But like I'd say probably the worst is probably like, but of course, like it's crazy. Kreese looks similar to how he looked when he was younger, but just older. Like, but Silver looks completely different. It's just crazy. Like you can tell, like in the face, a bit of the younger Silver, but not much, of course, because the actors are so much older now. It's been a lot of time, but yeah. I honestly, I'm going to give the final thing here. Please watch Cobra Kai if you have not already. And if you watched this far and haven't seen it, you're crazy. Go watch this show. But don't want to be a pussy, do you? No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. That's an inside joke if you know the show. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not calling anyone that. I'm just it's funny. It's an inside joke from the first season. But yeah, definitely if you've seen this show and you like this podcast, give this a like and comment, say you like the podcast. And and subscribe, like, and hit the bell, everything. If you like the first episode of our podcast, Building and Chatting, there will be more like this, more funny moments, more stuff. Of course, we will talk about Lego as well, because, well, we're Lego YouTubers when we're not on this podcast. So we wanted to talk about things we really enjoyed, favorite movies, shows, Legos, anything that would interest us. So that this is the start of this podcast. We are going to do more and more. What is next? I think WM. Did you want to talk about
Andor?
Andor probably. Just and I think is that next. That's like next week. I think.
Yeah, it's like the 21st.
Sure. And we get
I
three
believe.
episodes. We got 3 episodes to watch. WM. The first 3 come out that day, so we'll get on
Wow.
that. Yeah, first 3. So join us. We will have the podcast up for Andor next week. Then we'll because we're thinking to do this weekly, right? About
Yeah.
this week. So yeah, we'll see you next week for Andor, the first 3 episodes of Andor, and unfortunately, one thing I do want to talk about too real quick. Bad Batch, if everyone knows, did get delayed to January, so there will be no Bad Batch in September. But WM, we got Tales of the Jedi coming up too.
When's
So
that?
it's sometime I think it's October 21st. I think it's like in sometime in October, but it's based on the clone. You saw that trailer, right?
Yeah.
The, yeah, we got that, and that's only 6 short stories, so that wouldn't be too much. That will release every week, so we'll do that as well. So okay, and we got so Star Wars stuff coming up when it comes out, Andor and Tales of the Jedi. And then that's it for Star Wars, and we might cover some other stuff, but yeah, this has been definitely a fun podcast. I've enjoyed this, and honestly, I think we can only go further from here. So yeah, this was great. Thank you everybody for watching that got to this point, and if you enjoy, as I said, subscribe, like, comment, hit the bell, do everything like that, just so we know you like this podcast. But now we are going to head out, and
Goodbye.
we will talk to you later. Goodbye, everybody.